30年ほど前のことだ。霧の都ロンドンの外れにある館で陰惨な殺人事件が起こった。主人のオーエン・ギルフォードの妻と子供、館に招かれた3人の客、合わせて5人が一夜のうちに惨殺されたのである。間もなく主人オーエンが自分のせいだという書き置きを残し首を吊った。事件は解決したとみなされ、館は住むものもなく荒れ放題になっていった。やがていつの頃からか館に幽霊が出るという噂が広まった。興味本位で覗くものもあったが、この30年幽霊館の謎は解決されていない。そしてまた一組、ギルフォード館の謎に挑むゴーストハンターたちの姿があった。30年ほど前のことだ。霧の都ロンドンの外れにある館で陰惨な殺人事件が起こった。主人のオーエン・ギルフォードの妻と子供、館に招かれた3人の客、合わせて5人が一夜のうちに惨殺されたのである。間もなく主人オーエンが自分のせいだという書き置きを残し首を吊った。事件は解決したとみなされ、館は住むものもなく荒れ放題になっていった。やがていつの頃からか館に幽霊が出るという噂が広まった。興味本位で覗くものもあったが、この30年幽霊館の謎は解決されていない。そしてまた一組、ギルフォード館の謎に挑むゴーストハンターたちの姿があった。
Good evening. Welcome to the best JRPG that you've never played. So yeah, some of you may remember this game. I tried streaming this one 2 years ago, I think. Except this time, I spent the time to make a guide, so I can make it further than the first 20 minutes. So this is a Japanese 3D exclusive FMV turn-based adventure RPG. It's the best way of putting it.
主人のオーエン・ギルフォードの妻と子供、館に招かれた3人の客、合わせて5人が一夜のうちに惨殺されたのである。間もなく主人オーエンが自分のせいだという書き置きを残し首を吊った。事件は解決したとみなされ、館は住むものもなく荒れ放題になっていった。やがていつの頃からか館に幽霊が出るという噂が広まった。
Let's begin. So if I like it enough, and if the time seems fast enough, then I'm going to have to put in several more hours painstakingly trying to find a playthrough of this that has closed captions on the audio and translate the goddamn story. So either that or just pay somebody. But that's if I really like it.
あの黒いシミは何かしら。
あれは血だ。それもかなりの量だぜ。
どうやら奥の扉に続いているようだな。何か引きずった跡がある。
So you play as a team of, like, it's a journalist, a psychic, a medium. Like, I don't know. It's just, I forget the character classes. They won't matter too much, but you play as a group of 4 people that come to investigate this haunted mansion. And that's about all I know about the story, unfortunately. So I've got my notes. I need to test what things are potentially not necessary. And what is the best order to do things in? Because this is a game where certain doors unlock after certain events happen, and I don't exactly know in what order things need to be done. I have a rough idea. Should be a battle here.
何もないな。
This should be a battle. No? It's already a huge discrepancy. Considering the playthrough I saw, came over to this door, and there was a battle.
何もないな。何もないな。
Interesting. Let me try going into the room that I'm trying to get to.
何もないな。
What?
何もないな。
Really? So I can't get out of here. There's definitely something I'm missing then in that regard. Something I didn't examine.
何もないな。
Nani monayan ma. Oh, maybe I'm going to the wrong door? Maybe it was this door. Sounds like it. My 3D is loading.
鍵がかかっているな。
何もないな。 何もないな。
Is it a horror game? Yeah, sure. Horror RPG.
何もないな。
How the hell am I stuck in this room? The heck?
何もないな。
You gotta be freaking kidding me. So if I bring up this prompt, it's just the hand, so I can't change it. I don't get it. The video I watched, they just came over here, went to go through this door, and a battle initiated. I don't think they did anything else prior.
何してんの？
And now I can't get out of here.
何もないな。
You're fucking kidding me. Hello, Epic.
何もないな。
I mean, there's. Think of it this way, right? Like, even if I can't get into this battle here, I can't get out. So what the heck are they expecting here?
何もないな。
Because there's something I need in the room next to this.
何もないな。
Let's see, maybe make sure I check this from every angle.
何もないな。 何もないな。
Okay, how about we reset this shit? Try and go in the door that I'm trying. Like, I'm pretty sure the door to get into the room I'm trying to get to is locked by default. But I mean, that's how my notes start. Enter second door on right, forward to the door on the right, there's a battle, and then you go through the door. That absolutely did not happen for me. I think I'll play more White Knight. I don't know, it's a toss-up right now. The thing about White Knight Chronicles is I would need to get good enough at that game to get a sub 530 time in the next 9 days, and I have other things I need to take care of. So I'm really not sure that I'm going to have time to dedicate to White Knight Chronicles in time for RPG Limit Break, unfortunately. Maybe for next year, or maybe like at some point earlier this year, but I don't think that's going to happen, unfortunately. But I will play more, just not as fast paced as I thought I would have had to, because I streamed that game for 4.5 hours yesterday, and I'm an hour into a speedrun that takes like 5.5 hours. So that's going to take up like my whole week, and I don't have that time, unfortunately. Yeah, let's try this door instead. Yeah, it's region free. There's only a few games that won't work on a North American console.
何もないな。
Yeah, see, they don't let me in that door. Let me just check around first. If not, I can try and find the video that I watched and see what that guy does, but I'd really prefer not to do that.
何もないな。
3DO controller's fine. The D-pad's a little squishy, but it's fine. Am I pressing like the wrong button to confirm? So that's the only door I can go into right now. Now, when I played this game a couple years ago, I definitely made some progress.
何もないな。
So whatever issue I'm having right now, I definitely didn't have before. Whatever the hell that issue might be. Oh. Well, that's my issue. You just press up to walk through a door. You don't interact with it. Alright, well, problem solved. I knew it had to be something stupid. Yeah, they patched it. Patched out. Is this the secret game? You know it. This is the hottest speedrun RPG being submitted for RPG Limit Break. I mean, it's really not, but... I can guarantee they've never seen anything like this before.
何ですかこれは。宙に浮かんでますよ。
So I think we just wait. Yeah, we spam all guns. And the meter. Oh, it looks like I have to be strategic in that I need to select. So it's one of those RPGs where if you go all in on one enemy, it doesn't carry over damage to other enemies when the first one's defeated. So you actually need to like plan this out. So now I need to select the pool ball instead, because it'll probably die in 2 hits. Okay. Hello, Paul. Alright, so first thing we gotta pick up. I'm gonna pick up anything that gives me something in my inventory because I'm gonna assume that that's necessary. So you get a scroll from this.
血のシミがありますね。それにごぼう星を描いた跡と食台が。
ここではかつて何か邪悪な儀式が行われたようだな。
血のシミがありますね。それにごぼう星を描いた跡と食台が。
Interesting.
ここではかつて
It's not
何
giving
か邪悪
me.
な儀式が行われたようだな。
It's not giving me a scroll.
血のシミがありますね。それにごぼう星を描いた跡と食台が。
ここではかつて何か邪悪な儀式が行われたようだな。
Oops, I did not mean to examine that. It's the noise when I try and walk into something. So let's try the organ first. Well, apparently that drained max MP from Vincent. Oh, maybe I need to examine it while the music is playing. No.
それにごぼう星を描いた跡と食台が。
ここではかつて何か邪悪な儀式が行われたようだな。
Well, that's interesting because the guy got a sheet from here.
血のシミがありますね。それにごぼう星を描いた跡と食台が。
There's no way to skip this dialogue once you initiate it either.
何か邪悪な儀式が行われたようだな。
Alright. I don't know how the hell he got a scroll from this.
何か邪悪な儀式が行われたようだな。
I also have no idea what this thing does. Alright, let's try getting out of here, I guess. Yeah, it's a pretty warm sweater. So I'm not sure if this movie that's going to play at this picture is required.
名前が書いてあるわ。サラ・ギルフォード。30年前の事件で自殺した
Yeah, so
館の
cutscenes
主
are
人の
definitely
母親の
unskippable
よう
in
ね。
this game. Just tested it.
おい下を見て
You can pause them.
ろ
血が染み込んでいくわ。
But you cannot skip them. That just damaged all of my MP. It's the extras from the Thriller movie. Or I guess music video. Gun. So I don't know how many shots it'll take. Oh, he died quickly. Guess we got a crit. Okay, there's a scene in one of these rooms here that I don't think you have to go to yet, so let's skip that for now. Let's kind of get that battle out of the way.
.外の雨、ずいぶん激しくなってきたみたいね。
これじゃ当分やみそうもないぞ
Okay, yeah, that doesn't have a use yet. Later on, I think that changes. Alright, let's go to the second floor. Yeah, I'd say PS2 in that case. Alright, so here's another scene that I don't think is necessary, but just in case. Let's get this little FMV in the back corner here.
.なんですかこれは。
上を指しているな3階に何かあるのか
Because that's all that happens. So whether or not that's necessary, I don't know.
.ちょうど真下に血の跡が見えるわ。
なるほどここから誰か落ちたってわけだな
すると手すりの前の扉が気にかかりますね。
ああ、よほど怖い思いをして扉から飛び出したのかもしれない。
Okay, there should be a battle in here. I would have to find a playthrough. Like, there is a playthrough where there is closed captions, but there's commentary over these scenes. So the translations would be kind of messy. God does a lot of damage.
やっと抑えたわ。ケン、治療を。
おや
私、何を。
When is it?
も
No
う大丈
idea.
夫よ。それより何があったか話してちょうだい。
Depends.
私はオカルト研究家のエドワードと言います。この館に妙なものが出るというので、仲間たちと調査に来たんですが。
私は霊媒師でリザって言います。
なぜだろう。ここに来てからのことが思い出せない。
私もそう。とっても怖いことがあったような気はするんだけど。無理しなくていいわ。そのうち思い出すでしょ。他の仲間たちはどこ？別の部屋かしら。
二人で出歩くのは怖いな。すみません。助けてもらったついでと言ってはなんですが、一緒に連れて行ってもらえませんか。
そりゃ人数は多い方が心強いけど。
Looks like your neighbor. Alright, so the guy in the video said no. I'm gonna say it's asking like if we want to be friends, I think. But I'm gonna just say no for now. I'll test out yes in another playthrough.
悪いが少人数で行動したいんだ。分かってくれるかな。
To the third floor. Okay, there should be a scene.
王園様をお救いくださいまし。
応援家族を殺して首を吊ったってやつか。
I like how when my characters are talking, the butler continues to talk. His mouth is moving, but he's not saying anything. This one. It's a little creepy here, just a warning.
ほらほら、大丈夫よ。一体どうしたの？もうすぐ誰かが
死ぬんだもう。
I love how her voice of crying is the battle music. Alright, so we're gonna take her blanket away. At least I think that's what this means. Or give her her blanket back, rather. I don't know if I have to do this with everybody, but we're gonna do it. Alright, we stopped her from crying. I don't see, this is a scene that I'm not sure if it's actually necessary to do, but it's one of my favorite parts of the game. Yep, four characters. Depends on the system. I usually still want them complete, like you're not gonna catch me by disc only. Hello, Jeremy. Alright, we're gonna go get a rosary. If you've never seen my video before, Narton, I have a video on YouTube called "Why Collecting Complete in Box is Important to Me." That one might be a good one to check out. I think I talk for like 20 minutes about it.
美しい思いが込められている。それに心が落ち着くような気がするぞ。
Hello, can't wait. Alright, now we're gonna go visit a friend in a room. See, now the ordering of this, like, obviously I'm gonna have to reorder the things I do, because, like, it's probably better for me to go into rooms that are closer to one another. I'm just doing this in the order that I saw it done, because this game is very specific about the ordering of which you do things, and then after I get through it once, then that's when I'm gonna start testing the order, the optimal order. See, I don't like loose Game Boy Advance games because they don't stack on top of one another. Whereas original Game Boy games stack just fine and line up just fine, but Game Boy Advance, the lip on them bugs the hell out of me. That jump cut, though.
貴様が応援ギルフォード？
お前たち、私を解放してくれないか。妻や子供たちを殺したのは私ではない。すべてはこの館にいる邪悪な悪魔の仕業だ。私が直接手を下したわけではない。殺人犯というのは濡れ衣だ。
Yeah, you can only pause
悪
movies.
魔を呼び寄せたのは確かに私だった。だから責任を感じて首をつった。あのようなものを呼び出すつもりはなかったんだ。館には悪魔が取り付いたまま、今なお私を苦しめている。魔物の巣窟となり、悪魔が行った所業。
That's why it's very important to figure out the order to do things in this game, because if you can cut out a single talking scene, it saves a lot of time.
下の階で開かない扉があったわ。あれはあなたのせい？
そう。私が封印した。我が一族の恥であるだけでなく、常人にはとても制止できないからな。だが、お前たちに手がかりを探してもらうためなら。
If this got into RPG Limit Break, I would definitely need to enlist the help or pay somebody to
あ
translate
の悪
this.
魔を倒してくれ。
For sure.
我が心を縛る罪の意識から解き放ってくれ。頼んだぞ。
These long ass scenes, though, are going to be a
何か知りたけれ
problem.
ば羊に聞くといい。
I was kind of hoping there would be a way to
向かいの部屋
skip
に。
them.
悪魔とは一体何者なんだ？
But I can understand why they don't want you to skip them, because this game relays information on what to do next in these scenes. So if you accidentally skipped one and weren't able to replay it, you're pretty much done for. Because there's some really cryptic stuff in this game.
Honda. ここは書斎だったんですね。
書斎ならきっと手がかりがあるはずだわ。書き込みのある本とか、よく読んで傷んでいる本とか、手分けして探してみましょう。
Alright, so there's dialogue that occurs on a bookshelf on my left. I'm gonna pass that up and get the items in here instead.
どうやらこの2冊が怪しそうだな。悪魔の契約という魔術書と黒き死の訪れという歴史書だ。
Alright, so I'm not sure if you have to read these books either, so I'm gonna see if I can progress without reading them. Because that's another scene that you can bypass if so. Gotta say though, even for a game where like it takes longer to move because it's like mini movies as you move around, it's so much more immersive this way rather than just doing it frame by frame, you know, like scene by scene, like a lot of dungeon crawlers would have done. Let's see. Alright, should get a cutscene in here. So I guess that's what all mad scientist laboratories look like, right? 2 candles, a skull. Such a cute little mad scientist desk. So this game is called the Mask of Black Death. Take a guess what that's probably named after. Oh, by the way, best kill scene ever. A few extra little stabs for good measure. Take mental damage from that. I'm pretty sure this series, it's not magic points, it's mental points. So it's sort of like a secondary life bar in a way. You take mental damage as you see scenes like that. What have you stumbled into? The best RPG of all time.
の本かしら。
魔術の本のようですよ。呪文らしきものが書いてあります。
Alright, so there's still one more book that I need. Contends with Dr. Hauser. I'm not sure if it's on Dr. Hauser level. But there are definitely some scenes that are worthy.
ここにも血の跡がありますね。
誰が使っていた部屋だったのかしら。
Oh, you know what? That might have been the document I was thinking of.
これは家系図か。
ギルフォード家のものね。すごい。中世以前まで遡っているわ。最後の方はサラ、オーエン、エリザベス。
Hey, thank you, PeteDorr.
おや、
Always appreciate it. Thanks
オ
for
ー
those
エンの横
bits.
にわざと消した跡がありますね。
それに誰かの書き込みがあるわ。さらにもう一人子供が。
館の主人のオーエンには兄弟がいたというのか。
What floor am I on? This is second floor. I think there's something at this bed, actually. Let's see if I can get it yet. Oh, you can. Good.
カフスボタンだな。
So I think you give this to the butler.
人物の持ち物かしら。
So the playthrough that I watched, it took the guy playing forever to find that thing I just found in that bed. Like, it's one of those brutal games where if you don't examine... Like, you can examine every bed in this game and never find the darn thing. So you're like, alright, I've examined every bed in this game. Obviously, it's not going to give me anything. And then you just miss that one opportunity to examine this bed in this specific room. And you can't progress the game. Okay, now to the third floor. Like I said, things are going to be a little out of order. Just to make sure, like, I just want to double check and confirm that everything works the way I think it should. Which room? This room. Should be an FMV here. A really good FMV. Hold on. Third floor, top right room. Wait, this is not the right room. Top right room. Can't leave the way I came in, so exit using the other door. Is this... Oh, I was looking at... Oh! I was looking at second floor. So I went in the wrong door. Should be this one. FMV? No. Interesting. This is also not the right room. Hold on. How do I bring up the map? That map does not help me. I can't even see where I am. I should probably save in case my game crashes, though. Let's do that. Where the heck? Oh, I think I'm on the wrong side of the hall. No wonder. Okay, so I think I gotta go this way into... I see now. I needed to go in this door. Should be a cutscene here. Dropping the mental points. Okay. I can't get back out the way I came in. Yep, Horror Month version 2. I've played this game for Horror Month 2 years ago, but I wasn't able to make it far because I went completely blind, and yeah, you don't make it far in this game when you're blind.
鍵がかかっているな。
何もないな。
Really? Is there a door in here, or can I get out the way I came? Okay, now we go back to the first floor. Hey, Eldrick. Should be a movie. Ooh, I like this one. Check this out. That's the monster from the cover, by the way. He's so janky looking.
ですか。
骸骨は人間を死の世界に誘っている。中世の死の武道というやつか。
No problem, Eldrick. Thanks a lot. Couldn't have chose better menacing music to go with this cutscene. Alright, so that scene like may prompt something on the second floor now. Because you notice I went in that room a couple times already, and that cutscene didn't play. So, like, the ordering of which you do things in this game does matter. Boat letter. Okay, get ready for the best cutscene, if this is the one I'm thinking of. Yeah, watch this one. Pretty much Psycho. Sometimes I love this game. Hello, Moody. Yeah, I saw that. That's pretty awesome. I had an opportunity to buy those many years ago, the full collection, for really cheap. But at the time, I just couldn't afford it. Like, it was maybe $500-600 for the full collection. And the console, too, I think. Like, maybe $700, I don't remember. There are definitely some games I want to play on the Super Graphics. But I don't know. Kind of missed the boat on that console. Oh, I'm pretty excited for this. Sounds weird to say. I'm excited for the Cyberpunk delay as well, because that means no competition with Final Fantasy VII now. Those two games a week apart, just like, what? Hey, what's up, JP? Should be a cutscene.
お待ちくださいな。お待ちくださいな。未来を知りたくはありませんか。私が占って差し上げましょう。あなたはキャロル、未来を語る者。この館は呪われています。恐ろしいことが永遠に続くかもしれません。
Alright, so I'm gonna try avoiding talking to the Hanging Man again, and see if the game lets me progress without talking to him. But I am gonna talk to the Butler because the ring looking thing with the green gem that I got, you give it to the Butler and he gives you a key.
これで失礼しましょう。待って、まだ何も。お忘れなく、鍵は頭文字の C です。
C のつく名前か。
オーエン・ギルフォードの息子の名前はチャールズだったわね。頭文字は C だけど。
とにかくもっと手がかりを探そう。
Yeah, I want to play that that action game that's on there, the one with the mech, with the really cool anime cover. I think it starts with a G. I don't remember the name of the game. Alright, Butler, give me that key, please.
私はベン・ハリスと申します。オーエン様には長い間仕えてまいりました。こんな恐ろしいことは信じられません。
この家のことについて
Yeah,
い
that
ろいろ
one.
聞かせて。あの殺人事件のことも。
承知いたしました。オーエン様は奥様のエリザベス様とご子息のチャールズ様と住んでおられました。母上であるサラ様は随分前に亡くなられまして、オーエン様はそれはもうお悲しみでございました。もともとご友人の多い方ではありませんでしたが、
I don't have
人
super
とはごく
graphics
普
now.
通にお付き合いされていました。ところがサラ様が亡くなられてからオカルトめいたことに来られまして、お友達も減ったようです。代わりに怪しげな方ばかりこの館に訪れるようになりました。そしてあの恐ろしい事件の日、この館には4人のお客様がいらっしゃっていました。占い師のアラン・ラング様とキャロル様。お二人は同室でお泊まりになっていましたが、結婚なさってたかどうかはさあ分かりません。それからオカルト研究家の
Yeah, I have to travel to RPG limit
自
break.
称歴史家のファール
It's in
様
Utah.
がいらっしゃっていました。オーエン様はバーンズ様を本物のオカルト研究家だと信じていらっしゃいました。あの夜は礼拝堂で儀式をなさってらしたはずです。しかしオーエン様が予期していたものとは全く違う惨劇が起こったのです。一夜が明けてみると、ファウルス様を除くすべての方が殺されていました。エリザベス様とチャールズ様も。ファウルス様だけが行方
It's like, man, I want to submit this game badly, but this game has no chance in hell unless I can explain the story. There's no way I can commentate through these scenes, they're too long, without knowing story.
無残なあ
Have
り
to
さまを
find
目に
out.
されたオーエン様は責任を感じて自ら命を
If they were skippable, I'd only show the scenes that were cool, but skip ones like this. But you can't, unfortunately.
私は館の管理のためにこ
You
こ
can
に
only
残ったのです。
pause.
しかし寿命が勝てず、このような姿になってしまいました。オーエン様は今なお惨殺の光景を見せつけられて苦しんでおられます。どうか助けて差し上げてください。
Scenes like this, unfortunately, like
私でお役に
make
立て
me
る
want
こ
to
とがあ
reconsider
れば
badly.
いつでもお申し付けくだ
It's just
さい。
too long, it really is. Give me the freaking key, please. He didn't even give me the key. Okay, maybe if I exit and come back in. I'm like really scared that he's gonna tell me that same scene again, though. Oh wait, unless he doesn't give me the key yet. Third floor. Alright, the closet room. There's an item in here I can get. No, I don't have Darius Alpha. I don't have any super graphics
液
games.
体が入ってるぞ。
おや、美味しそうじゃないですか。どれどれ。
ちょっと飲む気やめなさいよ。どうやっても
味はまあまあかな。それより体がすっきりしたような気がする。みんなも飲んだ
One
ら
of them just
元
drank
気にな
that
りそうだ
shit?
よ。
The hell? Third floor.
何もないな。何もないな。
Okay, so I'm pretty sure this room is supposed to have a scene,
何もないな。
which doesn't seem activated yet.
何もないな。 何もないな。
Double check my map here. Third floor, bottom left room. Yeah, there's a scene here that's supposed to occur that hasn't occurred yet. So that means that something that I've skipped is the trigger, which means it's either the Hanging Man or the Butler again. I'm gonna try talking to the Butler. Just in case, like, you get a new dialogue for popping out and back in. Please don't play that same scene you just gave me, though. Please.
私にお尋ねになりたいことでも？
ギルフォード家の家系図を見つけたわ。オーエンに兄弟はいなかったの？
さあ、私がお仕えしたのはオーエン様が10歳になられた頃ですから、それ以前のことになると分かりません。でも一度だけサラ様がオーエン様に向かって別の名前を呼びかけられたような気がします。ローエンでしたか、ホーエンでしたか、そのような名前でした。
Okay. Let's try Hanging Man. And then after I talk to this guy, I gotta try going back to that same bed again to see if one of these scenes prompted the bed scene.
何かわかったか？
ギルフォード家の家系図を見つけたわ。あなたに兄弟がいた跡が残っていたんだけど。
そのようなことは聞いたことがない。
What did the butler say, Eldrick? Are they giving me any hints? I mean, I have a guide what to do, but I'm trying to see if I can skip steps. Like, I tried skipping talking to those two. And, I went to this next room here, and there's supposed to be a FMV at this bed. Which didn't happen, so that tells me that one of those scenes prompts the next one here. Please.
何もないな。
What?
何もないな。
Okay. Yeah, but there's supposed to be a scene that plays here, so that means I must have missed something.
何もないな。
Table next to the bed.
手がかりはなさそうだ。
Oh. Maybe I'm in the wrong room. This game is very specific with where you stand.
手がかりはなさそうだ。
何もないな。
Yeah, I checked everywhere on that bed.
何もないな。
This looks like the correct room. Unless it's the second floor. Let me try second floor. I could have screwed up the notes. Hello, Nick Rammer. So what were your thoughts on the final Smash Brothers DLC character? Super exciting, isn't it? Fire Emblem character number what, 20 now? Sure, people are super hyped about that. Okay, let me just try this room. Just in case I got my notes mixed up. This might still give something. It's supposed to give something. Okay, my notes were mixed up.
日付は30年前だわ。ギルフォード家に滞在して1週間が経った。
Okay, so this is second floor. Second floor.
14世紀半ばにヨーロッパ中で流行した黒死病はこの辺りにも大きな被害を与えた。黒い死から逃れられる者は数少なく、幼い者から年寄りまで死者は何千人にも及んだ。
Okay.
当時このギルフォード館の辺りに施療院があった。数多くの患者が運び込まれては死んでいった。やがて墓地だけでは限りない死体を収めることができなくなる。そこで人々は巨大な埋葬窟を掘り、死体は土の中へと投げ込まれ、捨てるように葬られていった。この時、黒死病を封じる願いを込めて、あまたの貴重品が一緒に埋められたはずである。それが私の推測だ。素晴らしい価値のある品物が地下深く眠っているはずである。何としても埋葬窟の場所を突き止めたい。この館がかつての施療院の跡地に建てられているのは、この家の歴史をたどってみて確かめられたのだ。
Seems like an important book.
私は同時にギルフォード家の秘密も知ってしまった。主であるオーエンですら知らないだろう。まさか自分に名前が一文字違いの双子の兄弟がいたとは。それよりも歴史的遺産を見つけるのが先決だ。
Okay, so now I'm going to try talking to the butler again and see now that I have all the books. That might be the trigger for him giving me a gold key.
あ、確か例の殺人事件で一人だけファウルズっていう歴史家が行方不明になってたわ。
じゃあそいつはどうなったんだろう。怪しいな。
It's a diary. Man, I can hear my 3DO working overtime, loading this game constantly. If you listen closely, you can probably hear my mic picking it up nonstop. It's almost like a Dreamcast. Alright, please give me key.
私にお尋ねになりたいことでも
2階の部屋で実験しているやつを見ました。何かを呼び出したとかなんとか叫んでましたけど。
オーエン様は母上であるサラ様をよみがえらせようと願ってらっしゃいました。バーンズ氏なら悪魔を呼び出して何でも命令できるとお考えになって。
なるほど。じゃあ惨殺のあった夜に行っていた儀式っていうのは？
ええ、悪魔を召喚する儀式だったそうです。ただ儀式の最中にオーエン様は気を失われたとか。気がついた時には悪魔が皆さんを殺してしまっていたそうです。
Bastard. What the hell do I gotta do to get that key? There is a cutscene on the first floor that I didn't get. Let me try talking to... I mean, the Hanging Man, I don't think he's gonna tell me anything new. Something I didn't do.
?2 階の部屋で実験しているやつを見ました。何かを呼び出したとかなんとか叫んでましたけど。
私は母に会いたかったのだ。それで悪魔を。
Okay, that's the thing about this game. You miss one thing and that's it. You're done for. Wait, maybe the ghost scene. Maybe I can get that ghost scene now. 3rd floor, bottom right room. Okay, let's see if I can get that now. That thing I was trying to do earlier with this bed. Just double check, make sure. Oh, I went into the wrong room. Okay, I read my notes wrong. This here is the room that I wanted to go in for the bed scene. There we go.
なんか妙な音がしていますよ。
ねえ、息が苦しくない？
いかん、空気が抜けてるぞ。
このままでは窒息してしまう。どうにかしないと。
苦しいよ。助けて。早く外へ。
はあ、やっと楽になったぞ。
さっきのは殺された息子のチャールズかしら。
おそらく首を絞められて殺されたんだろう。
Man, as much as I love this game, help me quick go outside. Okay, that might mean that I need the cutscene downstairs in the ballroom then. If that's what she said. Oops, wrong way. It's like I love this game, but man, it would not make a good speedrun. It's talking about someone that guy hanged. I should test this though. Let me just see if I can talk to the butler. But she was asking for help to go outside. Because there is an outside door. I just hate to go all the way back downstairs again.
まるで地獄図を見ているようだ。
And that's it. Like, hopefully that's the outside scene. I don't really know. Not sure if that's even required to get that scene at the back door. Let's see if the butler does anything now. Give me that key, please, that I need to get to the final dungeon.
C という頭文字が悪魔を倒す鍵だと聞いた。心当たりはないか？
いいえ、わかりません。
Oh yeah, there's fights in this game. They're few and far between. They're not random, they're predetermined. Same dialogue.
C という頭文字が悪魔を倒す鍵だと聞いた。心当たりはないか？
C チャールズではないだろう。私の家族の名前だろうか。記憶にはないが。
Trying to get a key from that other guy because I need that to progress. But I actually have no idea what the heck I missed. I can try the cathedral again. Because there is an item that I think I was supposed to get from that the game never gave me.
.ここではかつて何か邪悪な儀式が行われたようだな。
Yeah, because there's an item that you get from this room. I just don't know how you get it.
まったくもう脅かさないでよ。
The playthrough that I saw, they just came over here and like interacted and got some kind of scroll, I think.
血のシミがありますね。それにごぼう星を描いた跡と食台が。
ここではかつて何か邪悪な儀式が行われたようだな。
これは家系図。
ギルフォード家のものね。すごい。中世以前まで遡っているわ。
Yeah, I wasn't supposed to use this here.
サラ、
I already watched
オー
this.
エン、エリザベス、チャールズ。
おやオーエンの横にわざと消した跡がありますね。
それに誰かの書き込みがあるわ。さらにもう一人子供が。
館の主人の応援には兄弟がいたというのか？
I mean, there is a room I haven't entered because I didn't think I had to enter it yet, but let me try going to the kitchen. Maybe a scene in here is pivotal. I just didn't think it was important, but it might be.
Yeah. 嫌だ。死体じゃないの。
ひどいもんだな。あちこち切り刻まれている。
まだ
Timing on that
進んでない
host.
な。最近この館に来たゴーストハンターだろう。
I mean, damn, this scene may be important.
食べていたのは
I didn't know it had that much dialogue. Thank you, Epic, for the host. So the cabinet that I'm trying to enter is this one. I swear to God, if they let me through here. No, I need the key for this. That's the gold key that I'm trying to get from the butler to get in here.
鍵がかかっているな。
Let me just backtrack through my notes here and look real quick. Zombie falls out, back to the main hall. I mean, there is a bookshelf that I didn't examine on the 3rd floor that gives a lot of dialogue. Maybe there's some kind of research that we learn from that that's needed for info. I don't freaking know. I'm kind of grasping for straws here to figure out what won't let me progress. That's what I get for trying to skip a couple of things that seem needless. Definitely not the kind of game you want to do that with. Okay, so there's a bookshelf in here. that I didn't examine that may be important. Because you don't get an item, it's just a bunch of dialogue.
手がかりはなさそうだ。
Oh, I actually may need to read the books.
手がかりはなさそうだ。
I forgot I skipped doing that. Okay. Let's read these goddamn books. The blue and the silver.
悪魔の契約。悪魔を呼び出すならば、五芒星を描き、生贄を捧げ、叱るべき呪文を唱えよ。さすれば、真夜中悪魔が現れて、全能の知恵を汝に授けるであろう。ただし、扱いを誤るなかれ。悪魔はまた、災いをももたらす。
応援が行ったという儀式だな。だが、
You can see why I skipped examining the books.
呪文を唱え損なったんだろうか。
呪文書はここにはないな。
Stuff like that is required. Like, man, this game has no shot for limit break, unfortunately.
黒き死の訪れ。
I'd pretty much need, like, a translator on the couch with me.
その悪夢から逃れることはできなかった。
Because this game would require,
その時、災いの原因が
like, really good story translation.
ないかという噂が広まる。人々はその地に黒死病による死者を埋め、
Figured I'd give it a shot,
封
though.
印した。
ここに書いてある土地ってこの館のあたりみたいですね。
Because I was thinking this game would be doable if it was under an hour. I really don't think this is going to be under an hour with all the cutscenes that are not so much the cutscenes, it's more so the voice stuff that, like, where nothing happens. Alright, so let's see if that changes anything with Mr. Butler. Nah, that ticket would be ridiculous. Oh.
そういえば、この館には隠された秘密
Oh,
の場所があり
that
ま
might
す。
have been it.
地下に開かずの間と呼ばれる部屋がございまして、私は詳しくは存じませ
Give me
ん
that
が、
goddamn key.
ギルフォード家に代々伝わる呪われた場所だと聞いたことがあります。
Thank you.
これが地下への
I had to read the goddamn books.
台所に入り口がありますのでお使いください。ただしかなりの覚悟が必要かと存じます。私でお役に立てることがあればいつでもお申し付けください。
I'm not sure what those books said that prompt this guy to give me the key. That really sucks that you gotta read those. Yeah, I know where to go here. I gotta go to the hidden room. Goes to the basement. And here I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna skip reading those books, see what it affects. Well, it affects not being able to progress. Sadly, it seems like Crying Girl on the sofa is optional, which is a shame. Like, it seems like it's optional, because that's a really cool scene. Here's what I'll need strength. The golden key is supposed to provide strength? That's weird. I thought it was to get me through here. Okay, so this is super cryptic, by the way. So there's a hidden passage in the left of that bookcase, but what you're actually supposed to do is examine this wall. Like, how freaking cryptic is that?
この壁おかしいですよ。上から何かを塗り込めたような跡がある。
ん確かに叩くと軽い音が。
Oh, in other words, the key will help me get down there. Okay.
体当たりしてみるか。
Alright, let me make my map a little bit bigger. Now we're talking dungeon crawl. Should be a fight here. It's either going to be a mummy or bats or spiders. Darn, I was hoping for the mummy. Yeah, very claustrophobic. Yeah, in case you were hoping for combat in this game, there you go. Hope you're happy. So I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be the skeleton of the guy that was writing the diary.
仮面に探検。
こいつが黒木氏の仮面か。一体誰なんだ。
このカフスボタンを見ろ。見覚えがないか。
歴史家野郎の部屋にあったものと同じだな。
ということは、このミイラ、あのファウルズとかいうやつの死体ですね。
ファウルズが黒騎士の仮面だったのね。オーエンの奥さんや子供まで殺したのは。
Yeah, you can fight mummies down here. It's the battle I was hoping I was going to get.
違う。俺ではない。俺は何もしていない。俺は研究をしていただけだ。やっと埋葬窟を見つけたのに。
貴様じゃないとしたら一体誰の仕業なんだ。
わからない。部屋でいきなり襲われてここに連れてこられた。そして殺された。俺がギルフォード家の後ろ暗い秘密を見つけたからか。
あの家系図のことだな。
そうだ。殺したのもあいつだ。オーエンには双子の C の頭文字。
Yeah, sounds like he didn't make it. Alright, so I'm gonna skip doing something. I'm gonna go back to the previous area and see if I can eliminate a certain step. This also saves me a battle because I'd get into one more fight, and battles respawn when you re-enter the area.
Yoshi, 俺がやってみよう。
Yeah, like, there's gonna be a really, really long cutscene here. Like, shit like this, there's just too many long, unskippable cutscenes where not much happens, and it's a real shame. It's a real shame.
何もないな。
何時らに命ずこの扉を開きたくば鍵となる言葉
Just kills any chances of getting in this in the limit break. For other janky marathons, though, I would definitely submit it. like online marathons, but there's absolutely no way they would accept this. There's no way. Like, just watch how long this is. And it's very uneventful. So, like, yeah, I could sum up the story. But, that's going to be a lot of work figuring out the story of this. Because these scenes go on so long, so it's not like you can do a little general summary that lasts for 30 seconds. This scene here is like multiple minutes.
あそこにはここに閉じ込められているものの肖像を飾ることになっているのです。あなた方がここまで来られたことに感謝しています。私の口からすべてお話ししましょう。王園には光園という双子の弟がいました。私どもはいつも長男である王園にばかり気をかけていました。日陰者扱いされた弟の光園はいつかしら強い嫉妬を抱くようになっていたようです。光園は
However, even if nothing comes of this in terms of speedrun ability, it is cool to finally have a full playthrough of this on Twitch. It'll be a good reference in case anybody else ever wants to play through the game. Because there are no guides for this game. I tried looking. There's nothing. The only thing that exists are playthroughs that take many, many hours to get through. Because when you go through this game blind, it's not easy. As you can see, there's a lot of cryptic things you need to search for, and missing one item prevents you from continuing. And there's ordering of things that you need to do in certain orders to continue. Alright. Well, you guys enjoy this cutscene. I'm gonna go use the restroom real quick. I'll be back in a few minutes. Grab a little bit more water, and I'll be right back for the finale. I'm sure you can't wait to see how this game ends. I'll be right back.
そこで私どもは光園は事故で亡くなったものとし、王園を一人息子として育てました。しかし抑え込まれた光園の意識はずっと復讐の機会を狙っていたのです。私は死んでからもこの部屋に引きこもって館の惨劇を目にしなければなりませんでした。
そうか、光園は復活の時を待っていたんだな。
黒き死の仮面って王園の体を乗っ取った光園だったのね。
ああ、おそらく王園の意識を操って魂を入れ替える儀式をさせたんだろう。
それにしても謎は残りますね。ファールズに罪をかぶせようとしたのはどうしてなんでしょう。
それはわかりません。とにかく王園にこの事実を教えてやってください。そうすればあの子も安らかに眠ることができるでしょう。それからあなた方にはこのお守りを私がずっと持っていたものです。感謝の印に受け取ってください。息子をよろしくお願いします。
Alright, sorry about that. Let us continue. We're not too far from the end. Alright, I got the purple orb, which is used in an interesting fashion. Time to go all the way back to the 3rd floor. Yeah, this game has no chance at the speedrun, it really doesn't. I mean, it has, no, I can speedrun it, but it has no chance at, like, RPG Limit Break. Unfortunately. Like, in my mind, watching the playthrough and taking my notes, I'm like, this game has potential. But then, like, once you play it and you sit through all these unskippable talking scenes, it's like... yeah, second thought. And I'm sure the story's great. It's probably actually a pretty good story, but... you know. I'm sure the story can only carry it so far in terms of commentary. The cutscenes are great. Like, the murder scenes with the freaking black mask guy, those are fantastic. Okay. Time to deal with Mr. Hangman.
ええ、私たちあなたのお母様に会ったわ。それで全ての謎が解けた。
This is another really long talking scene.
あなたには双子の兄弟がいたのよ。名前はコーエン。弟だったコーエンは日陰者扱いされ、兄であるあなたを恨んでいた。
まさか私に弟が。
ああ、そしてその弟にあんた殺されたんだよ。弟は自分が一番になりたかったんだな。
しかしその時人格の転移が起こった。殺された兄オーエンの意識がコーエンの体に移ったんだ。
つまり
Also, there's some good news for Dark Cloud. So I was contacted by one of the other people that speedruns that game, and they inquired about adding shorter categories, like categories that don't completely finish the game. So, for example, a miscellaneous not main categories, but like miscellaneous categories where you can kill certain bosses. So, like in other words, a glitchless category, so you can't use glitches, where you try and beat Dran as fast as you can, and Utan, etc., etc. So I think that'll be a good way for me to like get back into Dark Cloud speedrunning, sort of like build myself back up. Because doing the full run of that, just not really possible for me right now. So once that's implemented, I might eventually, not right now, it's not going to be like a priority, but I would eventually like to come back to Dark Cloud and do like Dran percent, Utan percent. I think the furthest we're willing to go is up until Sun and Moon Temple. Because after that, I mean, you might as well just finish the full damn game. I probably wouldn't go much further than Shipwreck, though. But I've always wanted, like, shorter categories. I actually had thoughts of adding a Dran percent long ago when I first gained moderator for that game. I also want to find a way to do a fishing percent category. Figure that out. I'm also trying to convince Close to War to submit Dark Cloud glitchless to RPG Limit Break. I wrote him a thesis, pretty much, explaining why he's underestimating that game. He doesn't want to submit it because he doesn't think he can commentate through it. But I wrote him a thesis as to why he should submit it and why that game deserves to be there, even if it's like a 7-hour speedrun. I offered my commentary for it as well to help him on the run. And I even told him if he gets glitchless in, which is going to be like a 7 to 7.5 hour estimate, like more so like a 7:15, 7:30. I told him even if I didn't get a run in, I'd still go there to help him commentate. Because if I had the opportunity to commentate Dark Cloud for a glitchless run, that would be just as fun as running a game there. Like if I could just sit there and talk about Dark Cloud for 7 hours, sign me up. And I can do it. Like I can definitely co-commentate that game for 7 hours. It would be sort of like play-by-play commentary, decision-making commentary. Yeah, this game has no fucking chance for Limit Break. These scenes are too long, for Christ's sakes. I'm sure that guy had a lot to say. Alright, anyway, so the video I watched, this guy struggled to try and do damage to this guy. And then I found out that in order to get damage on him, it seems like every character needs to select the purple orb. All the way down here. And then once that's done, pretty sure I could just start shooting him. Yep, that's it. He was on this battle for like 10 minutes trying to figure out how to damage this guy. Super cryptic, like freaking goddamn. The crazy thing is, like this character here, look at this. So I think this is like the psychic or the mystic or whatever the hell class he is. He has access to all these spells. Like he's got a force push. He's got I don't know what the hell that shit is. There's like a fireball move. He's got all this crazy shit, and like you can get through this whole game without ever using any of it. It's so weird. It's almost like they had an ambitious idea for this game, and it just never came to be. Also, yeah, there we go. I was gonna say, he definitely did not go down as fast. My mental points are almost drained on that one guy, though. So yeah, as hyped as I was for this game, I'm still gonna, like, eventually speedrun this to submit it to, like, online marathons. like a horror marathon or RPG marathons. This has absolutely no chance for limit break. The only chance it would have is if I had like somebody fluent in Japanese on my couch translating in real time. Or unless I had like a full script of this game to study so I can like ad-lib the story on the spot. But yeah, that's a lot of work for a submission video for a game that may not make it in to begin with. So I think I'm gonna go back to focusing on Blue Reflection. White Knight Chronicles is also potentially back on the table. But goddamn, I don't know how I'm gonna beat that game beat the game and get sub 530 in the next week. So the number one, and now we got to go all the way back down to the basement. Like, yeah, this shit's just, it's too slow paced, too slow. I think the speedrun could beat it in like maybe like an hour 15. But yeah, it's too slow. Number one priority is going to be to do a submission, a new updated submission for Lord of the Rings Fellowship of the Ring. Unfortunately, I can't use my Questing for Glory marathon run that I did for that as my submission, because that run ended at like a 116 or 117, and I've gotten the glitches in that game way more consistent to the point where I'm shaving like 15 entire minutes off of my estimate. So I definitely have to make a new submission for that. I'm probably going to do that off stream. Quickly I mean I could probably de-rush it on stream and do the commentary off stream, but yeah, that's number one priority right now, is to get Lord of the Rings out of the way. Alright, where's the map for this? Because we're pretty much at the end. So, Lord of the Rings submission. Next is going to be de-rusting Sorcerer's Kingdom on the Genesis, because I've updated my notes for an updated route on that game, which will shave off a lot of time. Okay, give me the mummy, please. Damn it, the spiders again. And then third priority will be continue to work on Blue Reflection. The only thing that worries me about Blue Reflection is the game is rated T for teen, but I mean, there's no beating around the bush here. No pun intended, but there's definitely some risque scenes in that game. They're not explicit in any way, but like, you guys saw me play that the other day, you know what I'm talking about. Is it acceptable for that marathon? I don't know. Like, marathons have Nier Automata, right? Like, you guys tell me, have any of you watched the Nier Automata speedrun? Does that have anything crazy in it for, like, explicitness? That's the only thing that worries me about Blue Reflection. I really feel like that game has a very good shot at getting in. If it wasn't for the few scenes in that game where it's like the shower scene, the bathtub scene, stuff like that. It doesn't show anything, but it's still, you know, it's still risque, which is a damn shame. Okay, another battle here at this corner. Give me the mummy, please. There we go. Mummy. Try using magic on this guy. I don't know what any of these abilities do. You don't need to use any of this shit the whole game. Like, what is this? Like, what? What are these even doing? All these options, and like, none of it is needed. That's what leads me to believe they had way more ideas for this game that they just couldn't fit into the final release. Oh shoot, I forgot. I've got to examine the body. I missed something. That's another item I need. There is another secret weapon I have up my sleeve, however. I mean, it's nothing crazy, but there is another RPG that I took the time to make full notes for, including pictures and everything. Is this the right way? Shit. Kind of lost track. Where the hell? Okay, I think I go this way. Which I could bust that out. But that game would take the place of White Knight. Most likely. Yeah, a lot of decisions to make. It's like, I really want to get in the RPG limit break, so I want to make sure that I'm submitting the best of what I can bring. I'm not even sure if I'm... The only way I'm going to submit Lucien's quest is if, like, I just don't have time to... What? Oh, there we go. So you have to examine, like, in front of you. The only way I'll submit Lucien's quest is if I run out of time for something else, and then I can submit it. Because I'm going to submit that game with, like, 35-minute lower estimate, which I highly doubt will have any bearing on that game's acceptance, because it has no incentives. Like, I have a really hard time of thinking of incentives for that game. And I think any RPG that's going to be like 4+ hours, you gotta have some kind of an incentive. That game has none. You get 5 submissions. 5. The thing is, unless they make exceptions for really short runs, but typically from what I've heard and seen, is if you get one game accepted, they're not going to accept any other games. So it's like, if I'm pretty confident that like Lord of the Rings is going to get in, then everything else is for nothing. But if Lord of the Rings doesn't get in, then we've got some backups. Or because Lord of the Rings is so short, like maybe they're like, hell, let's accept 2 runs by him because he's got 2 runs that are like 1 hour and 3 hours. I don't know if they operate like that, to be honest with you. You got to see the full gamut. So there's 3 different spawns you can get down here. The bats, the mummy, and the spiders. So you got to see all 3. Alright, is everybody ready for the conclusion? Don't hold your breath on this one. Now this is what I was wondering, if I gain control after this, or if that's the final input. Because I really did like Blue Reflection. Like that game, I actually really enjoyed that as a speedrun. And once I can clean up my notes to the point where like it won't cost me tons of time because I make one mistake, it's an enjoyable one. I really like that game. Okay, let's see. Do they move me out of here? They do. Okay, so that's it. That was the final input on the door. That's the end of the game, by the way. Use that gold tablet on that door and some ghost shit comes out, and then we start to make our escape. And that is the game. There's no final boss. The final boss is essentially figuring out to use the purple orb on the hanged guy. That's it. It's funny because every Japanese playthrough that I checked, when they get to the end of the game, they're all like in bewilderment that that's how the game ends. Everybody's expecting like a final boss or something, and you get nothing. So it took me just under 2 hours to beat this game. Having a rough idea of what to do and where to go.
口火もおとなしくしてくれるといいけどな。
大丈夫だろう。見ろ、煙が晴れている。
Thank you, by the way, Season Salt. I'm assuming you resubbed while I was away, thanks to the 29 months. That is Ghost Hunter series Black Mask of Death on the 3DO. Japanese only game. This is in the same series as La Place No Ma, by the way, on the Super Famicom. Except that game is way better. It's so weird that this has like so much RPG elements, but they use the battles so sparingly. I pretty much fought every battle you can fight in this game. I didn't skip any battles. That was everything. Which is so peculiar. With all these like, it doesn't seem like you can actually lose this game, from what I can see. I don't know if characters can die or what. I don't know what would cause them to die. It's so strange that you go through this whole game with all these stats. And there's so few battles, and the battles are so trivial that it just doesn't... And all those abilities that have absolutely no use, like, I don't know what the hell you need a fireball for. Whatever the hell all that shit was. Like, you just use your gun. That's it. It's just so strange. It's like they had this framework for an adventure game, and then at the last minute they were like, you know what? Let's just throw in some stats. Banger of a tune, though. However, it is cool to have a full Let's Play of this game on Twitch now, though, because I'm pretty sure one doesn't exist. The only way that you can watch playthroughs of this is by watching Japanese playthroughs, and they're broken up into many parts. And the longest one was actually 6 hours. And a lot of them are them wandering around trying to figure out what to do. One of them even had like 3 people playing it, and it still took them several hours. Edited. Yeah, so this is the sequel to Laplace's Demon. It's the sequel to La Place No Ma on Super Famicom. And then the third game was on PC Engine CD. Well, English. Yeah, we don't know what the hell is going on. But at least a playthrough that you can watch without listening to Japanese commentary. Even though their commentary is pretty funny, their reactions to some of the shit was great. I spent like 3 hours today, 3 or 4 hours making notes for this game, so I can play through this tonight. So hopefully you guys at least enjoyed it somewhat, because the preparation for this was longer than it probably should have been. It's been something I've been meaning to get around to for about a year now, though, to be honest with you. Or more so, like, ever since I last streamed it 2 years ago. Now, routing Seal of the Pharaoh for a speedrun. Now, that would be something. Maybe a future sub goal. Just keep making 3DO sub goals. When I googled this game, apparently they're making like a movie based off of this. Or at least it has the same name. Mask of Black Death. It's going to be an animated movie coming out this year. I mean, there's other 3DO RPGs I can attempt routing, but I'm not going to have time to do that in time for RPG Limit Break. The amount of time it takes for me to, like, watch a Japanese playthrough and make notes is pretty staggering. Damn, this tune, though. You know how many people have heard this song? Not many. Not many. You're among the few. Oh, that Dragon Ball Kakarot game came out today. It just looks like a fighting game with stats. Like, I don't know. I watched it a little bit. It looked alright. Kind of nice looking game. I don't think I'm going to be delving into that, though. Does the song ever end? Alright. I think I'm gonna make tonight a shorter stream, because it's pretty late. I started pretty late, and I definitely don't feel like making another attempt at this, because it would kind of be a waste of time. I'm not submitting this to Limit Break, unfortunately. I could always come back to it and try and reroute it for future marathon stuff, but yeah. I might try and clean up my blue reflection notes for like an hour or so before I go to bed, so that maybe I can be ready for that within the next couple days, hopefully. But yeah, we'll call it there. Thanks everybody for coming out and checking out this super obscure, come on, end screen, super obscure RPG. No, it's not movie night for freaking Night of the Living Dead. Gotta wait for October. I'll see you all probably tomorrow, unless I go like really crazy with blue reflection and I just want to just keep revising my notes. Because what I'm gonna do for that, I'm gonna rewatch my entire playthrough that I streamed of that the other day, which was like almost 6 hours. It was like 5.5 hours. So I'm gonna rewatch my whole VOD and re-edit and redo all of the notes, and then that way I can come back to blue reflection and hopefully demolish my current PB. So yeah, I'm gonna be very busy. And all of that work for them probably just to decline the game anyway, but you know what? It's alright, we can submit it to other places. Alright, see everybody in the next day or two. Good night. How confident am I to get into RPG Limit Break? I'm putting a lot of trust into Lord of the Rings because the estimate on that is it's going to be just over an hour. I think it's a good run. I think my commentary is fine on it. It was accepted to Questing for Glory, that online marathon that I ran it at, and several of the people that are on the games committee for that are responsible for RPG Limit Break. And a little bird may have told me that the person that made a really big push for that game to get into Questing for Glory is the head of the games committee for RPG Limit Break. So it's sounding good, but obviously, they could be like, nah, it's just not a good fit for the marathon, or the run wasn't as good as we thought. But honestly, I think Lord of the Rings may be the one, but I still need to have backups in case.